These two characters are Kurapika's greatest advantage against Prince Seridnik. Hunter x Hunter is finally back, and we finally got confirmation that the head in Prince Seridnik's possession was in fact Pyro's head. The thing is, we already kinda knew it was Pyro's head, but there's something really ominous about Seridnik just showing it to us in full display, and this is definitely a reminder to us that there soon will be a confrontation between Kurapika and Prince Seridnik. The only reason Kurapika even is on this voyage is to retrieve the Kurta clan Scarlet Eyes from Prince Seridnik. And even though he said there were two people who told me they would rather die than hand the eyes over, but they changed their minds without dying, it will be the same with the prince. But if he sees Pyro's head in Prince Seridnik's possession, it might be a different story. Now that Halkenberg is most likely dead, since his time in Balsamilko's body has run out by now, and Prince Wobble, at least according to Kurapika, is not eligible for the succession contest, although he might be lying, and Prince Benjamin is currently infected with TSK-17, the possibility of Prince Seridnik actually winning the succession war is becoming very real. So soon Kurapika will make his move in order to retrieve the Kurta clan eyes. And I can see a scenario where Kurapika will see Pyro's head in the possession of Prince Seridnik and just completely lose it. So how would confrontation and battle between Kurapika and Seridnik pan out? Let's recap super quickly Kurapika's abilities without going too in depth about how everything works. Kurapika is a conjurer who turns into specialist when his scarlet eyes turn red. His Nen ability is Emperor Time, which allows him to use all categories of Nen at 100% with the condition that he loses 1 hour of his life for every second Emperor Time is active. Kurapika also has 5 abilities, one for each chain on his fingers. Dowsing Chain locates people and things. It also detects lies and hidden information from people. Chain Gel forces captives into a state of Zetsu, shutting off their aura. He can use this only on the Phantom Troop members, so it is not going to be useful against Seridnik. Holy Chain has healing capabilities. Judgment Chain will pierce target's heart if they do not abide by the binding rules that Kurapika sets for them. And Steel Chain allows Kurapika to steal one of the target's Nen abilities, and then he can use that ability or loan it to someone else with his Stealth Dolphin ability. There's a lot more to unpack, like which of his chain abilities require Emperor Time, or how Emperor Time enhances some of his chain abilities, but that's a whole another video on its own. Then let's take a look at Prince Seridnik's abilities. Seridnik is a specialist who has 2 Nen beasts. One is a Guardian Spirit beast conjured from the Seed Urn, protecting Seridnik, and if people lie to him 3 times, they will encounter a fate worse than death, possibly being turned into one of Seridnik's Nen beasts themselves. His second Nen beast he conjured unconsciously through aura and instinct alone, and this Nen beast is probably the reason for Seridnik's ability Parallel Future, which is probably the most convoluted ability in Hunter x Hunter. In Parallel Future, Seridnik enters a state of Zetsu and closes his eyes, which allows him to see 10 seconds into the future without time passing in the real world. After those 10 seconds he can still use his ability, but then time will start moving in the real world, while Seridnik's vision is still always 10 seconds ahead of what's happening in the real world. After he opens his eyes, the ability will trigger, creating 2 parallel realities where he can let the original future play out, or through his actions create an alternative future. This is what happened with Theta. He was in the state of Zetsu long enough for actions to start playing out in the real world, but activated the ability before being killed and chose to change the future. After Seridnik opens his eyes, for 10 seconds people in the real world can only perceive his actions that happened in the vision, while in reality Seridnik is creating an alternative future, and after those 10 seconds are up, the timelines will return to a single reality, letting other people perceive what actually happened. I think everyone can agree this ability is straight up busted. The only downside to his ability is the fact that he has to enter a state of Zetsu, completely sealing his aura, dispersing his Guardian Spirit beast, and leaving him completely vulnerable to all attacks. So there is a chance of him being killed before he can activate the ability. However, Seridnik is currently training to enter Zetsu as fast as possible. Currently he can do it in 3.5 seconds, which is extremely slow, but he reached that that level in 3 days, and according to him, breaking the 1-second barrier might take a week or maybe even 2 weeks. So for Kurapika to have a chance against Prince Seridnik, I think the time is of the essence, because if he can activate Parallel Future within a split second, then he is unstoppable. Unless Kurapika finds a way to destroy Seridnik's Nen Beast, which is the cause to Parallel Future. And there are two individuals who are crucial for this to happen: Borgsen and Rihan. Rihan is one of the personal soldiers of Prince Benjamin who has the ability Predator, where Rihan, after learning about his target's ability, conjures the Predator to counter said ability. Rihan used this ability to kill off Saleh Saleh's guardian spirit beast. After Rihan uses this ability, he is unable to use any Nen for 48 hours. If Kurapika gets enough intel about Seridnik's Parallel Future, he can steal Rihan's ability with his Steel Chain and use it against Seridnik's Nen Beast, rendering Parallel Future unusable. However, Kurapika not being able to use Nen for 48 hours is out of the question, so this is where Borgsen comes into the picture. Borgsen is a private first class in the royal army of the Kakin Empire and a provisional hunter, however not a Nen user. She is also Prince Seridnik's childhood friend and even underwent training with him. Borgsen was captured by Morena Prudo and was unwillingly made a member of the Haile family. So Borgsen was given the objective to help Morena with her goal to completely destroy the Kakin Empire, and after that maybe humanity itself. How Morena's ability Contagion works is that she basically infects a member, and once that member kills people, they gain levels. At level 21 they will get a Nen ability, and at level 100 they will become a member 0 and are capable of infecting others themselves. Killing a civilian gives you 1 level, killing Nen users give you 10 levels, and killing a Kakin prince nets you 50 levels. So you can see how it would be in Borgsen's best interest to kill Prince Seridnik. Being his childhood friend, Borgsen can get close to him and become familiar with his Parallel Future. Then Kurapika with Stealth Dolphin could loan Rihan's Predator ability to Borgsen, and Borgsen would use it to destroy Seridnik's Nen Beast, which is the cause of Parallel Future, ultimately rendering Prince Seridnik unable to fight. And Kurapika with Judgment Chain would force Prince Seridnik to hand over the Scarlet Eyes without anyone dying, just like Kurapika promised. Except Borgsen would kill him after to get those 50 levels.